Hi, so I thought I'd show you a little bit about my backyard. This is my smaller herb patch, so I've got rosemary and comfrey and yarrow. Here's my beautiful lemon verbena. I only cut that back a week and a bit ago, and look how much it's just absolutely gone nuts. And then over in the corner here, that's my lemon balm. It's actually really good for leg cramps and also for aggression. So if you're feeling a bit angry, I put the lemon balm and the lemon verbena together in a nice tea. And down here we have two types of thyme. We've got the lemon, which is a variegated one, on the right, and the common thyme on the left. I tend to plant a lot of nasturtiums around so that they attract bees, and they also help to be sacrificial plants, so that the bugs, aphids, get attracted more to them than to my produce. And there's a present from my mum. I'm into meerkats. Okay, amongst the meerkats, these little plants here are actually miner's lettuce. The little tiny leaves on it are actually edible. A girlfriend of mine, Alison Coates, who's a seed saver down on the Mornington Peninsula, gave me those. And then we have chives, more nasturtiums, and the sage is in bloom, which is really pretty. I got strawberries and borage, but the borage seems to have taken over. I'm going to have to put that one up on a stake, I think. But the strawberries that are near it are actually doing quite well. The ones that are away from it aren't doing as well. Have a look. Did a bit of an experiment with the mini cabbages, and these ones didn't do as well. They're still growing, but they're being got at by the cabbage moths, and one just flew by then. I've got a bit of parsley and also chives again, and they're in flower. There's a nice flower. This particular plant here is tansy. Tansy self-seeds like buggery, so be careful when you plant it. I should really plant it at the back, like I did with that one. I learnt my lesson, because it will just grow everywhere. It takes over. So if you see it, whip it out or give it to a friend. This is companion planted, the strawberries, with mini cos lettuce, and I've been putting little bits of wool around them to give them the more common shape. There's one over there that obviously I couldn't get to. But again, borage. Borage actually increases the flavour of strawberries too. It's really lovely. But my strawberries always do better when I have lettuce planted. This one needs a bit of a weed actually, but I have had the man flu, so I couldn't get out and do it. This little patch is going to have, I don't know what it's going to have in it actually. I've just been using it for seed raising a little bit. And over here you'll see my trolley, my dear little trolley, and it has quite a lot of seedlings doing really well in it. I find that when I elevate the seedlings out of the way, I don't get the snails and slugs and the problem with the earwigs as much. So I've got quite a few seedlings that I have to get in the ground basically. And I still have leeks to plant out. They just went absolutely berserk. That's another lot of leeks there. Tomatoes are doing really well. These are all gross lease. And there's another lot of gross lease. I'm about to put them into some containers that I have to wash out. So here we have basil. And these are capsicums, the Californian ones. There's some more celeriac down on the side there. I've already got some planted, so these ones are going really, really well as well, so I might whack them in the ground. And these little dearies are actually cucumbers. for like a baby type cucumber. Spring onions. Ooh, see what this one is. Forgotten what it is. Oh, they're round zucchinis. I like the round ones. They're kind of, I like different shapes. There's the spaghetti squash. I thought you'd like to see that, Rob. A spaghetti squash. And these are the tomatoes that were sent by one of our members. They're the San Mazzanos. And over here, this is mustard spinach. I like lots of greens. And this one's a mini white cucumber, originally from Diggers actually. And more tomatoes. Now this is going to be a bit of a problem for me. I haven't got enough space, so I might have to give a few away, I think. And these, where are they? There they are. These are cornflower, which are apparently a good companion plant. This is my alum bed. On the right I've got French shallots, and then I've got garlic. Now interestingly, the cabbages are actually doing really well when they're surrounded by garlic or shallots or whatever. That's elephant garlic on the left. I don't think it's going to be too elephantish actually. It's going to be more like a parrot sized one, I think. Now when I went and planted the silver beet, I didn't realise how much of it was going to take off, but in this particular one they're actually quite small, but they're actually not a bad size, because the ones in the big veggie plot are absolutely nuts. They have got massive stalks on them. They've just gone berserk. So I'm getting sick of silver beet at the moment. I think we'll have to put some recipes up so we can get rid of some of the greens and put them in our tummies, or find a way of preserving them. I'm thinking of dehydrating so I can put them into soups. This particular bed, I had a whole sack of parsley seedlings, so I just chucked them in the ground. I mean, this dirt is devoid of any nutrition, and they went off. Absolutely brilliant. And I've got heaps more in one of the other patches. Again, I put in some spare nasturtiums, and underneath the nasturtiums what I've done is, if you have a look around here, see all the rows of potato bags? There, some of them have got the manky potatoes in them, and they're going off too. This one is actually, these are the mammoth snow peas, because my snow peas have gone. They just about had it. These are more potatoes. This one's doing really well. I'm going to have to start hilling him up, and that's only been in for 2 weeks. And that's how well they've done in these grow bags. And I've got another 6 grow bags to do, so I'm going to have lots of taties, because that's about all my boy will eat, apart from broccoli, carrots and peas. I married a man with Neanderthal taste buds. This is my second level. Obviously a lot of work needs to be done. It has been bulked up, but weeds have taken over. The trellis I'm going to use for cucumbers, I'm going to have corn planted here. And down here, if you have a look, we have leeks at the front, then celeriac, and peas growing at the back. See, there's the peas. And they didn't get got at, which I thought they would. I have to admit, I did use some multi-crop, which is okay for the environment. It's the only one I'll use. And at the moment I've got a huge amount of, there's a lot of cabbage moths happening around here at the moment. It must be about 10 of them in my veggie patch. I might have to get my tennis racket out and go for a whack. I've got strawberries in these coconut baskets. They've been going a bit slow. I don't think they like the weather as much. I have had a few strawberries off them. I might have to I don't know whether to replant or just give them a good shot of sea salt. They are doing okay, but I think it needs a bit of nutrition. Here's my lovely new fence. How awesome is that? New fence. That's one side, and you can see it on the other. 72 metres of timber for my wood fire. That's just some of it. The side of the house looks a bit crappy, but hey, timber, wood, I'm set for next winter. Here we have some sunflowers. What I've done is I have put the really big giant seeds in the ground in between the bluestone, because this whole plot is bluestoned in, and the besser blocks that the vegetable plot in the upper deck is actually made out of. Hoping to make like a screen, a backdrop. Don't know what the hell the little one is next to it, it's just popped up. But there's quite a few of them. If you have a look right up there, there we go. It should provide a nice, happy, sunny backdrop. This is the right hand side of the upper deck. As you can see what I mean by this is the same seeds. Look at the thickness of the stalk on that silver beet. So I've still got peas going. And if we come over here and have a look inside, we have some onions that are doing really well. Yep, trying to find the onions. There's a nice onion there, and there's quite a few in there. This is a curry plant. I find that it helps because the aroma, it confuses the bugs. So I've got a big bush of it here. I'm trying to collect seed. See what happens. Okay, here's my pink lady apple. I'm going to have to bag it, I think, because there's a lot of fruit on it this year, and the parrots, I don't want them to get it. I'll just come up and have a look and show you how much is on the tree. Here's an opening in the tree, and if you have a look, fruit, it's just chockers. Go around here and up here, but I think the parrots are actually going to get this one. Some nice little apples. I think they're already coddling moth might have already got these ones. We'll find them. I'm going to have to put up a barrier, I think. More apples. I planted this as a baby tree many years ago, and it is pretty damn high now. Okay, this is the big veggie plot up the top. Took me many years to get this. It was made out of bluestone when my husband used to work for a certain telco back in the 80s, and he retrieved some of the bluestone off the streets of Melbourne. So this plot is actually, the actual building of it was done back in probably 1990, and I didn't really get it going until 2010. So it was 20 years in the making. The Besser blocks were actually my Mother's Day present a few years ago. Unfortunately, my beetroot seems to have gone and bolted on me. This is my lettuce patch. You see, they're doing really well. And that one there, I actually cut off a lettuce head and a new one's growing in its place. This is Japanese spinach right here. So I'm letting it go to seed and collecting it so that I can give some away to all of my friends on Share the Seed. Then I've had some leftover spinach, so I'll put them in there. And alongside it, Daryl decided he was going to build another little veggie plot in between the two big ones. This one's actually made out of a king-size waterbed frame. It's perfect. Originally it had strawberries in it, but I ripped them out. So here we've got beautiful spinach, and in between we've got leeks growing. And they seem to be doing okay too. This is a Waltham from Diggers. I think I'll let this one go to seed so I can distribute the seed to some of you. But I'm thinking I might have to kind of cut the head off this one. This is another Diggers retrieved seed. I haven't bought a packet of it since. This is a kale, it's called Black Tuscan. some unknown reason I didn't get any seed, but this, I found one that popped up and it's gone absolutely berserk, if you see beside the other plants. And I've got onions growing around. Wherever I've grown onions, the cabbages have done okay. There's another, okay, that's a mini heritage cabbage. There's another one over the back as well. And I've got more peas, silver beet. There's the onions I saw before. And hiding in there actually is a chili plant, but I think I'll rip him out. I've got some seeds there I've saved. Now if we look around here, this is Scotch kale from what my girlfriend in Mornington told me. We did some seedling swaps. Mine survived, I think hers died. I'm bad. This plot I have to get into very soon because it is chock-a-block full of self-seeded, not only parsley but also tansy. As I said, goes nuts. I've got some Brussels sprouts in, but they just don't seem to be doing much. I don't have much success with them. There seems to be a potato growing down there. And these are the first lot of snow peas, and I'm letting them go to seed so I can send some over. Now remember when I told you about my warrigal green patch? This has been cut back. It is berserk. I'm trying to figure out how to save the seed. They reckon you've got to let it go brown on the vine. That means they all drop underneath. So what I've done is I've collected stalks with good sized seeds on them, and I'm letting them dry naturally. Oh, and look at that. Never didn't see that. Looks like I'll be saving some more silver beet seed. Anyway, that's my bit of dirt, which will be expanding very soon. Oh, I almost forgot. These are the potatoes I'm chitting at the moment that I got from the Dandenong Market organic potato person. And if we have a look here, these are the kiflers. They are sprouting, so guess what I'm going to do with them very soon. Yay! Oh, I've got them everywhere. These are butter beans. They're called Sex Without Strings. They have to go in soon too.